Question number 146. Condition not responsible for shifting the oxygen dissociation curve towards left side is. And the options are low temperature, low partial pressure of carbon dioxide, high partial pressure of oxygen, and decrease in pH. And the correct answer to this question is option number 4, decrease in pH. As you can see here in this graphical representation of oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve, you can see the factors which are responsible for shifting the curve to the left side are high partial pressure of oxygen, then low partial pressure of carbon dioxide, low hydrogen ion concentration, and high pH, then low temperature, etc. While the factors which are responsible for shifting this oxygen hemoglobin dissociation curve to the right side includes high partial pressure of carbon dioxide, high hydrogen ion concentration, and low pH. So this decrease in pH or low pH is responsible for shifting the curve to the left side. And next, high temperature. So the correct answer is decrease in pH, whereas rest of the options, low temperature, low partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and high partial pressure of oxygen, these cannot be the correct answer because these factors are responsible for shifting the curve to the left side and not to the right side. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 147. Choose the odd one with respect to heart sound dub. Dub is the second heart sound and it is of high pitch, short duration. So it is due to the closure of semilunar valves. On the other hand, the first heart sound lub is a low-pitched, longer duration heart sound heard due to the closure of atrioventricular valves during ventricular systole. So the odd one with respect to heart sound among the following option is option number 3. Closure of AV valves during ventricular systole, because this is responsible for the production of first heart sound lub and not dub. The very first option high pitch, second option short duration, and last option closure of semilunar valves at the beginning of ventricular diastole cannot be the correct answers because these options are associated with second heart sound dub. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 148. The state of heart when it does not pump blood effectively enough to meet the needs of the body is called. And the options are angina pectoris, heart failure, heart attack, and cardiac arrest. And this is a direct line from your NCERT book, and the correct answer to this question is option number 2, heart failure. Heart failure is the condition which is referred to as the state of heart when it does not pump blood effectively enough to meet the needs of the body. Let's discuss rest of the options. The very first option given is angina pectoris, and this cannot be a correct answer because angina pectoris is a painful condition when enough oxygen is not reaching the heart muscle. The next option is heart attack, and this cannot be a correct answer because heart attack is a condition when the heart muscles are suddenly damaged by inadequate blood supply. And the last option is cardiac arrest, and this cannot be a correct answer because cardiac arrest is complete stoppage of heartbeat. So the correct answer to this question is option number 2. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 149. The end of T wave in standard ECG of a normal person represents, and the options are contraction of both the atria, end of ventricular systole, beginning of the ventricular systole, and initiation of the atrial contraction. And the correct answer to this question is option number 2. The end of T wave in a typical standard ECG of a normal person represents end of ventricular systole. Let's discuss rest of the options. The very first option, contraction of both the atria, cannot be a correct answer because P wave, which is a small upward wave, represents electrical excitation or depolarization of the atria, which leads to the contraction of both the atria. The next options are beginning of the ventricular systole as well as initiation of the atrial contraction cannot be the correct answer because QRS complex represents the depolarization of the ventricles, which initiates the ventricular contraction or ventricular systole, and T wave represents end of ventricular systole. So this beginning of ventricular systole is incorrect option and initiation of atrial systole is an incorrect option. And the correct answer to this question is option number 2. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 150. Which of the following option gives the correct categorization according to the type of nitrogenous waste they excrete out? And very first categorization given with respect to uricotelic, ammonotelic and ureotelic organisms are marine fishes, land snails and insects respectively. And this is an incorrect categorization because the type of nitrogenous waste product depends on habitat of organism. Uricotelic animals, are reptiles, birds, land snails and insects, whereas ureotelic animals are mammals, many terrestrial amphibians and marine fishes, whereas ammonotelic animals are includes many bony fishes, aquatic amphibians and aquatic insects. Now, keeping all this in mind, the very first categorization, that is uricotelic marine fishes, is an incorrect categorization. Ammonotelic land snails is an incorrect categorization because land snails are uricotelic, whereas insects are ureotelic, is also an incorrect match. The next option with respect to uricotelic, ammonotelic and ureotelic animals is aquatic amphibians, reptiles and birds. And this is also an incorrect match because aquatic amphibians are ammonotelic, reptiles are uricotelic, whereas birds are uricotelic. So this is an incorrect categorization. The next option is frog, cockroach and pheretima. And this is also an incorrect categorization because frog is a terrestrial amphibian and terrestrial amphibians are ureotelic. Whereas cockroach is an insect, it is an uricotelic animal, and pheretima, which is commonly known as earthworm, is an annelid and it is ureotelic or ammonotelic. And the last categorization given is land snails, aquatic insects and many terrestrial amphibians. And as it is a correct categorization, so this is a correct answer to our question because land snails are uricotelic, aquatic insects are ammonotelic and many terrestrial amphibians are ureotelic. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Let's discuss our next question.